Well, we all need help in life, right? We're all struggling. Yeah, this is why I wear the question mark suit. I want people to know, man, I'm scared as hell and I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. And I'm just guessing. So I'm willing to learn and steal from anybody. Well, here's a young woman who has an MBA from Harvard Business School, you know, the biggest in the country, been involved in a whole bunch of startups. And now she just had a child and whatever and wants to stay home a little more and wants to help people over the internet. But what's interesting now is that she's looking for 10 people that she could help for free before she figures out how to charge for this. So look at this video of her and what she thinks about how to start a business and what kind of help you need and whatever, and you can learn that way, and then contact her, you know, on her website that we show here to see if you could be one of the 10 people that she will help for free, you know, as she goes through the process, because we all have to start and figure things out before we know the best way to do this and what works and what doesn't work. So you're a guinea pig. Yeah, it's really, but what the hell? It's free. That's the key in life. Why pay when you can get it for free? So watch this. Rena Jodhoff? Is that how we say it?
Yeah, Jadhav.
Jadhav. Well, that's better than me. And you're the founder of Startup Den. And you're going to make everybody in America an entrepreneur before you're finished, are you?
Yeah.
Give them power. Give them more money and everything they want.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, my God, well, you seem, you know, a beautiful background, you know, to do this and all the, well, you've been involved in 4 startups. You have a Harvard MBA. You work for all these big consulting firms. And so you know what not to do, don't you?
I believe so. I've got enough scratches on my back to have learned the hard way down in the trenches what not to do. Yes.
But you're going to make this now easy for the people who haven't done it before. And it seems that that's what we really need. We all have sort of roadblocks on why the hell we don't do it. Everybody see in America's program, somehow they want to start a business, but they just don't do it. Why?
Because of fear, Matthew.
Fear?
Because of fear.
Huh.
Fear holds us back in so many things in life, as you know.
Wow.
But one of the biggest reasons that we don't jump into entrepreneurship is because of fear.
Yeah.
Fear of the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done this before. I mean, think of a child, right? When they're
Right.
learning to walk, there's the fear of falling. Well, we grow up to be adults, and we have the fear of falling in our career path. So no one wants to take that chance. I don't want to fall. I don't want to make a mistake. I want to do the beaten path. And I'm out here to tell you that that is not a great path of success. If you want to be truly, truly successful, happy, you've got to try a new path. And even if that means falling. I mean, if a child was afraid to fall and never stood up again, well, they'd never walk.
Exactly.
So my mission at Startup Den is to be that gentle hand that holds your hand and walks you step by step.
So the little child on the bicycle, you're behind there for a while, keeping them steady until they don't realize they don't need you anymore and they're off.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. It's a virtual academy to help anyone who ever wanted to try their hands at starting a business.
Wow.
You can do it now.
You have interesting about, like you have what you're calling unbreakable rules. Like these are rules that should not be broken. So you're a good mom here. Don't do this, right?
Exactly. Don't run if you can't walk.
Yeah.
There's a good rule.
Yeah, but some of the things, I mean, you're really going to take people through even like thinking about the business, what you should be doing?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, think of a 16, 17-year-old. And he says, I want to start my own business, but I don't know where to start.
I mean, you're going to help kids? Too?
We're going to help, yes, we're going to help 16 to 60.
Wow.
And I don't.
Why not 70? I'm 70. Say you ageist. I'm gonna call a government office after you.
No. That's just a saying. No, we're gonna help anybody who's ever wanted to start a business, and why not a 16-year-old?
Right.
They're smart. They have energy. They have no preconceived notions, and they have least amount of fear. Yeah. Fear of failure grows as we get older. You catch them young. Let them, because they're not afraid to fail.
Right, they got nothing to lose.
They're nothing to lose. So yes, I want to go after the 16-year, the high schoolers who
Yeah.
say, you know what? I want to start a business, Snapchat.
Yeah.
$3 billion offer. There were a bunch of
I mean,
19, 20
Snapshot,
year
the online whatever
Oh,
app it is, huh?
it's just a photo. It's a
Yeah.
message that disappears, right, with a photo. So for those kids, and up to 70, 75, I'm retired, I'm bored, I want to start a
Right.
business. What do I
Wow.
do? We're going to
Right.
teach them from how do you come up with an idea
Hmm.
that's right for you? Because not everybody can do
Right.
every idea. You've
No, it
got to
has
find
to
an
be
idea
from
that
the
works for
heart.
you.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And how do you take that idea and make it work where
Hmm.
you live? You may not
Hmm.
live in Silicon Valley. Some of those tech
Right.
ideas may not be right for you.
Well, I mean, so you'll show them how like to get customer feedback
Right?
and the whole process, and so to be like a class. Okay, today we're gonna build your product on a paper, right? And that's
That's exactly it.
huh,
Remember the olden days when we had vocational schools where if
right?
you wanted to learn carpentry, they gave you a piece of wood
Yeah,
and they said, now we're going to carve this thing?
right.
That's how I
I
envision
see.
teaching entrepreneurship, not through theory, not through go read this book and memorize the
Right.
definition of the thing.
Well, this
No,
is shop class.
this is shop class. This is roll up your sleeves.
Right, shop class. Mr. Higgins in shop class. I can't wait to go to there. I don't have to read.
No reading. Just do
Right.
it. Let's name your company today. Let's get online and get your company a name today.
Wow.
That's
So you even help them start a website and everything, huh?
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So now, what made you do that? I mean, you were making money with, with your VC stuff and starting businesses, selling them, and all this kind of stuff. Well, what made you try to help other people do that now instead of just making more money that way?
Well, it's funny. Money is funny. Once you made,
It also
once
rhymes.
you, and it rhymes. Once you've made enough of it,
Uh-huh.
you realize it's a means to an end. It's not the end.
Uh,
When you don't have it, it seems
yes,
like it's
it's
the end,
everything,
right?
right?
It's everything. When you don't have it, it's
Mhm.
everything. Once you
Yeah.
have it, you realize, A, it never ends. If I'm a
Right.
millionaire now, I want to be a billionaire, right? It
Yeah.
never really ends.
Right.
But on the other hand, it just sits in a bank. So
Yeah.
once you have enough that you're comfortable,
Yeah.
the question is, I looked at myself and I said, do I really need to keep making more money?
Yeah.
Or am I now at the stage in my life where I want to see how can I give back? God's been very, very good to me. I'm very blessed. And so maybe it's time for me to look out and see, can I spread some of this knowledge
I
and wealth?
see.
And
So you're going to spend the rest of your 60 years of life showing other people how to get wealthy also, huh?
well, that's the other thing. I don't know if I have 60 years.
I
I
see.
actually had a serious illness that
Oh,
changed
really?
my
Oh.
life. And to be honest, I think that's a bigger part of
Ah,
what changes how we think.
no
When
kidding.
you face something, and I don't sure what it is, but when you face something like that and you take a year off and you're basically just focused on getting better,
Really? Huh.
you go, wow, if
Well,
tomorrow was it, if this was the end,
right,
would I have done what I'm here to do? And I thought to myself, actually, no.
right.
If tomorrow was the end, I feel I would want to do more. And I love educating. I love
Ah.
teaching.
Well, it is now. This is probably a stupid question, but did that tragedy or that brush with death or whatever help you get more out of your life now?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. I reprioritized. So it's easier. So I quit working. I'm a type A, 20 hours a
right.
day working gal. And I quit that sort of stay at home and focus on kids. And I did that for a couple of years until I realized, oh gosh,
They're
I'm
leaving.
So I got to figure out, what else can I do between the hours
Yeah.
when the kids are out? And I'll be honest, another big inspiration for me is my now 9-year-old. She was 8 when this started.
Uh-huh.
She's just a born entrepreneur. She started
I
with
see. She's got it in the genes there. Huh?
she is so poor thing. She's so cursed with my husband and my DNA of
I see.
entrepreneurship.
Right.
So she started wanting, she wanted to sell bracelets, and she did. And then she got into duct tape bags, and she started a business with her classmate. And
Cool.
they sold duct tape bags. And then she
Wow.
came to me and she said, Mom, I want to get a book on how to start my business. You're not teaching me. I got to go get a book. So we went to the library.
Uh-huh.
And the librarian looked at her very oddly and said, "Sweetheart, this is a kids section. We don't have books on how to start a business." She looked so crestfallen and disappointed that there was no book for her to read.
That's interesting. Yeah.
And I thought, well, gosh, maybe this is an opportunity. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is a sign. I got to go out there and put something together.
Well, no, you're right. And maybe there is. I mean, my wife does a lot of work helping young women at that age, doing community kind of world projects and social responsibility kind of stuff, and I don't think there's literature on that for them. There's literature for adults, but not there. So entrepreneurs is the same way. There's no literature for these kids, to get it. So you're going to solve that problem, talk their language. You got two at home, so you know how they talk.
That's right.
More so how to get their attention.
Very small attention span. So if I can make something work for them, I think it'll work for adults.
Right. I think it gets smaller as you get older.
That's true.
Well, Rena, this is a wonderful project I think you're doing, and so if people want to follow you now, because you have great videos on your site and everything, it's just startupden.com, right? And soon you'll have, lesson number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the way up to help people go through the process of starting their own business. And I mean, this is what America's all about, I feel, and being inventive and creative and using as much as yourself as you possibly can. And it seems like you only could do that if you really want to be there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All up to you. You can do it if you want to.
Absolutely.
Commit to it, as I say. Just commit to it. Just say you're going to take that.
Thank you so much, Rena. Thanks for being there. And I guess that you found something very special for yourself, even because of that bad illness or whatever you had in your life. And there's always something happening in life. You never know, right? So grab as much out of it today, man. Do the stuff you really want, right?
Absolutely. And by the way, if someone out there would like to be part of my free pilot, I'm going to have 10 students that will not have to pay any money. They're going to be part of my pilot class, which will launch end of January, beginning of February.
Oh, that's really soon. So you can take a free entrepreneuring class. You want to be chosen for one of the free students to get you through the whole process of starting a business. Well, that's that's what I'll lead with, that. And we're going to run out of time, so I better go, okay? And we'll get you people. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you again for being there and your good spirit.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Well, I hope you learned a little something anyway if you don't contact her. But maybe you will in the future or whatever. And we all should keep our ears open. You never know what can help you and what can't. And you sift through it and discard, and maybe it helps and maybe you can't. The best thing to do is listen to this guy. Your heart sometimes is smarter than your brain. But even though your heart is so smart, we have to learn the tools out there in society that are available to help us accomplish what's in our heart. And you have to follow that heart. That's the most important brain you have. It's smarter than your brain. But learning the tools takes some effort, and that's why people like her can help you learn the tools. And that's what life is about. Grabbing from anywhere in the world is so big, and it's right there in front of your computer. You don't have to get on an airplane.